I'm not gonna.
I
don't want to say.
No, say what it is, because that's the reality that people have to face. Why were they rejecting you?
We feel like it was because we were black.
And it is 2022, and it still happens. Or whenever you guys decide it's open, it still happens today.
Oh yeah,
me and Ryan, we couldn't get a loan. We had our credit score was like
750 plus,
over 750.
We had $40,000 to put down.
Nobody wouldn't give us a loan. Nobody didn't want to lease to us. We had a couple people just told us straight up, "No, I'm not giving y'all this." Like,
really?
Like we had everything. He was like, "No, I'm not giving y'all this." So
now for the people that say, "Oh, they always pull in the race car," but when you go through this process 3-4 times with different people, and you're at the end of the process, and only thing they need is your license. You approved, you got everything, and the only thing they need is a copy of your license. And when they see your license, they ghost you for 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden you can't get the loan.
All these excuses.
I mean, what else would you think?
Welcome to The Dash. You know, The Dash is that tiny line between your life start date and end date. It's your story, the chapters in your book, your journey. Get ready for real conversations with real people telling real stories about the realities of failure, setbacks, and success. Let's go. Let's
go, we're rolling, let's go. The Dash in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Lady J. Welcome to the Dash Podcast. Y'all, for those of y'all that do not know, I love to eat. This is going to be the first interview ever on the Dash Podcast where I'm going to be eating live. So I cannot wait to introduce you guys to the owners and the makers of this beautiful food. But first, do me a favor. Please subscribe. Click the little button, subscribe. I need y'all to share, comment, like, all that good stuff. And I really, really appreciate the support in advance. And thank you guys that have been riding with me from the beginning, like seriously. All right. So they have arrived, y'all. I am so excited that I have met these two brothers, because not only are they very talented, not only are they black business owners, like they got the best spirit and personality. So please welcome from Mr. Po Boys, Cedric McCoy and Ryan Thompson. And the crowd goes crazy. What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
Oh, don't try to get calm now, Ryan.
Oh no, I'm just waiting.
Okay.
She asked the right question.
Okay. Okay, so before we get started, because I'm just going to warn everybody, this is not going to be a politically correct interview, as far as I'm going to be smacking, eating, and trying to, still keep the conversation going. What am I going to be eating today before we even start? So I got some samples of some po' boys here.
All right, so the one closest to you is the sweet and spicy.
Ooh,
that is the black
with that shrimp.
Yes, with the pickle red onion slaw and the tartar sauce.
Okay.
So then the one right in front of that one, that's the jerk. So you got the jerk chicken with the mango habanero sauce. I forgot what you call it.
The Hawaiian something.
Hawaiian pico or something like that. Yeah.
So that's that. Then you got the JLA. So that is the fried catfish with the collard green slaw.
Not the collard green slaw.
Yeah.
Ooh,
we usually put bacon on there, but you don't eat pork, so we took
I
the bacon
appreciate
off.
that. And that was one thing that I really appreciated. I told them I don't eat beef or pork, and y'all have adjusted. And they cooked it live here in the studio, y'all. And I already ate like 4 hush puppies, so this is my last one left. All right. So let's talk about it. Mr. Po Boys, tell everybody the type of food you guys serve.
We serve non-traditional po' boys. So we tried to keep a little bit of we tried to keep the tradition, but we spend it. So we just flipped it on its head. So you go get the catfish, you go get the shrimp, but you go get it blackened, you go get it grilled. You go get the chicken, you go get it grilled.
Different sauces, different spices. So I think the best way that Ryan ever said it was, it's a po' boy on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we got the one that I'm proud of, because I thought it was a stupid idea. But Cedric, I mean, you bounce something off him, and he go take it. So
really?
The gumbo po' boy, I sat on it for 2 days, and I thought it was I'm like, that's stupid. I'm like, how you gonna make a gumbo po' boy? But I bounced it off of him. He was like, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. So we have a gumbo po' boy. We make a dark roux, and we put that on the side. So being from Milwaukee, we have the Italian beef from Chicago. So you can get it dipped, or you can get it on the side, dip it yourself. So
French dip style.
So he came up with the chicken and andouille sausage, onion, bell pepper, saute that together. You can add shrimp if you want to. And then the dark roux, once you dip it in the dark roux, it tastes just like gumbo.
Just like eating a gumbo sandwich.
Y'all better do y'all's thing. Oh my God. Everybody that's already watching this probably like their mouth is watering just the way you guys describe.
It should be up in Fairview right now.
Okay, so yeah, how did you guys meet? Did y'all grow up together? Because y'all have like a really dynamic relationship.
It works. It just worked. It just, we met in culinary school 12 years ago.
Okay, I love it. Okay.
I always let Ryan tell his story because
It's funny because
it's funny. It cracks me up,
man. Dude, see that laugh? See, that's the first. See, I moved from Milwaukee. I moved down here. I transferred real estate. So, and I was like, Obama was paying us to go to school out of the military. He was like, I'm gonna give you a check just to go to school. So I was like, okay, I want to open a restaurant. So
you always wanted to open a restaurant?
I always wanted to open. It's like a sports bar or something. So
okay.
I went to school, met Cedric, but I didn't meet him at first. I just like, who is that dude with that crazy laugh?
Okay, he laughs all the time.
All the time. So we finally had a class together, and they never did what they were supposed to do on the syllabus. Never. So I was low key hating. Like, why they get to make pizza and pig in a blanket, and we got to make rolls, yeast rolls, and cookies.
Thumbprint cookies. They don't have same yeast rolls every day. Thumbprint cookies. I was like, I'm not doing that. Like, I did it once, I did it twice. I was like, all right, I'm done.
Right.
And so, like he said, it was me and a group of people at my table. I was like, say, we finna change this up. So we started making pizza in the morning. We was making pigs in a blanket. We was doing like ultimate chocolate chip cookies and
Why
stuff.
you doing all this? Are y'all the only brothers in the class?
We was.
Were we?
We was.
Why do y'all have to be the ones to mess up the syllabus?
But honestly, I got graded on what I made. So the teachers was like, fine with okay. And he got mad. He was like, wait a minute. You grading them on that?
That ain't on the syllabus,
Jack. Like, ain't no yeast roll. How you gonna grade them on that?
But I understood because I was just now getting into the food industry. But he had, that table of people had been cooking and they had been in it. So teacher gave him a little leeway. Gotcha. But I don't care. That ain't on the syllabus. That ain't on the syllabus. I want to make something else too. Have you ever made a yeast roll?
No. Well, maybe in home ec class, like in high school or something.
You gotta keep on rolling. Roll it until it's a perfect circle.
Oh my God, that's
just imagine
hilarious.
it's 6 o'clock in the morning, you rolling some yeast rolls, and they doing something. You don't want to do that.
And that pizza smells a little different, I'm sure, than a yeast roll.
A yeast roll, they got some pizza. What we doing?
So Ryan, you mentioned the fact that you always wanted to own a restaurant. What about you, Cedric?
No, I wanted to be a test kitchen chef or R&D chef. So it was basically I wanted to create and make menu items for larger restaurants, and that was my dream job. And going into that, I always tell people it's funny how God works, because Ryan had called me up one time. We was talking, and I was deep into the interview process with 2 companies.
Okay.
And I knew that I was going to get one of those jobs. I knew I was. And so Ryan was like, man, I want to start my own thing, but I don't know what to do. And I said, well, I'll help you out. I said, we can go down to the farmer's market. I said, I'll go down there some weekends and help you out. I said, I'll come up with your whole menu. We can create and everything. And he was like, you going to do that? Then won't you just join me? And I said, hell no.
Yeah.
I said, I'm not doing that.
But why?
Well, one, I was deep in the interview process with 2 companies that I just knew I was gonna get one of the jobs. So I was already in my head, well, let me think which one I want to pick. Mm-hmm. And I didn't want to. And I'm extremely loyal. When I give somebody my word, then I'll stick to my word. And so I didn't want to give him my word that, hey, yeah, we can go in and do this, and I end up getting this job. So I was like, no, I'll just help you out. And so, like I always say, it's funny how God works. Next thing I know, I didn't get now one of those jobs. Not one.
Wow.
And so
Dang, Ryan, he chose you.
He wasn't supposed to get that job.
No, I'm just saying. What I was about to say is, Ryan, he actually chose you by default. No, I just
the funny thing about it is, if you rewind, I was like, man, look, I'm about to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, I'll help you. I'm like, man, if you gonna be doing all that, you might as well get your name on this LLC.
For sure.
So I was like, think about it. He was like, nah. So I was like, okay, cool. So time, about a week or two, and I'm just thought back to all the opportunities I missed waiting for people. And I'm like, man, I'm not waiting. I said, he cool. I'm not waiting for this dude, man. So I started filling out the LLC, and it's crazy. People like, oh, well, how did it work? It literally, I was on the couch about to pay for my LLC on LegalZoom. Like I was
done those moving. Before. Yeah, absolutely.
And he called me. It was like 8:30 at night, and he called me. I was like, man, I said, he better be calling me to tell me you want to move because I'm fixing to buy. He was like, man, you still want to move? I said, let's do it.
Wow.
I said, man, I was literally about to buy.
Yeah, that's what he said. He told me, boy, you almost missed out.
Yeah.
So I did.
Put in your credit card information, right?
Yeah, that was the last step.
Yep.
Wow.
That was the last. I had picked the name, and all I had to do was put the credit card and pick purchase.
I'm so glad that you guys said it's just how God works sometimes. Because I think a lot of times when we hear people's story or we see things, and see where people are, like God will literally, like, he will block some things, which can be heartbreaking for us sometimes, but he does it for like the perfect moment and for the perfect thing.
Exactly.
And it's so crazy because for you guys not to have, when I met y'all, I'm thinking to myself, y'all have had to grow up together because y'all just have this natural bond and chemistry. Y'all have opposite personalities, but kind of the same at the same time. And it is amazing how I always say sometimes your day twos can be like go harder for you than your day ones. Because, your day ones, you grow up with them and you think as a child, those are going to be the people you do business with. Those are going to be the people that are, and then it ends up being people that you meet along the way. So I just think that that's really dope that you guys met at school and then, things have worked out. So let's talk about Mr. Po Boys. First of all, tell everybody where you're located.
232 Town Place, Fairview, Texas, about a minute away from the Allen Outlet malls.
Okay, how did y'all end up way out in the... I've been in Texas my whole life.
You ain't never been to the Allen Outlets?
Yes, but I didn't even know Fairview. I've never heard of Fairview.
See, that's what it is. Everybody was like, where's Fairview?
It is?
Everybody was like, where's Fairview? So I always throw in the Allen Outlet malls because everybody's like, oh, I know where Allen Outlet malls at. So I always throw that in.
Yeah. It was the best place. We found a lot of places. A lot of people, when we talk to, they want to send us south. Y'all need to go south.
Of course.
Like, why do you want us to go south?
Yep.
Like me, I'm going to put you in a position because I want to answer. Why you want me to go south?
And they're going to say, it's not because you're black.
They
wanted us to go south.
Wanted us to go south.
He was like, we will go south, but where do you want to put us? And it was like places that we weren't feeling.
Yeah.
So how do you choose a location? There's a lot of people out there that are looking for a brick and mortar for, maybe it is a restaurant, maybe it's a clothing store. How do you decide?
It's going to depend on what you're looking for.
So
traffic wise, and then if you have the money to build out a place, are you looking for a second generation place? Do you want the equipment that's in there? And if it does have the equipment, are you good with the layout? Can you remodel? Can you do? It's a lot that go into it.
Yeah.
And which one of you two knew that side of the business?
Both.
Okay.
Both of us.
So you walked the place in Fairview. It already had equipment in it, and it
was not necessarily all of that.
Yeah.
Most of the places was trash, and then the trash place, and then we found a good place, but it was a complete renovate. Like it had dirt floors, no walls, and then this one was the best one in the best location with the most equipment, under 10 grand.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Ryan being, I guess you telling the good side. So I would tell the bad side of it.
It's always a bad side. It's always a bad side.
Yeah. Tell us, Cedric.
Truth be told.
Yes. Whenever somebody says truth be told, we said no, boy. Truth be told. Tell us the truth, Cedric.
Everybody was rejecting us, and I'm not gonna. I don't want to say
no. Say what it is, because that's the reality that people have to face. Why were they rejecting you?
We feel like it was because we were black.
And it is 2022, and it still happens. Or whenever you guys decide it's open, it still happens today.
Oh yeah,
me and Ryan, we couldn't get a loan. We had our credit score was like
750 plus,
over 750.
We had $40,000 to put down.
Nobody wouldn't give us a loan. Nobody didn't want to lease to us. We had a couple people just told us straight up, no, I'm not giving y'all this. Like,
really?
Like we had everything. He was like, no, I'm not giving y'all this. So
now for the people that say, oh, they always pull in the race car. But when you go through this process 3-4 times with different people and you're at the end of the process and only thing they need is your license, you approved, you got everything, and the only thing they need is a copy of your license. And when they see your license, they ghost you for 2-3 days, and then all of a sudden you can't get the loan.
All these excuses.
I mean, what else would you think?
And then they was like, oh, y'all too green. And I'm like, man, this guy got over 30 years of experience in restaurants. And we see people that's not black get a restaurant and a loan with no experience at all.
Oh, yeah. We've seen a lot. We've seen and been told about people, Caucasian white women or white guys that just wanted to cook some hamburgers, filled out a loan application, got $500,000.
Yeah.
And that's the world that we live in.
Yep.
It's so sad, y'all. But it is a reality, and I'm glad you're speaking on it or whatever. You know, people need to hear the truth, and people need to be ready and expect that if that's what they're going in for. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, what made you not quit? What made you not be like? Because there's a part of you that's like, well, maybe this isn't meant to be, right?
So
I know what.
Ryan,
I know where the money at. I know where the money at. I know it's money in food. It's money in food. It's money in houses. It's money wherever you wanted the money to be. And I know that if I can get up every day, like Cedric, this man will get up every day, 6 o'clock. But he up at 4. But he go to work 6 o'clock, work all day for these people, go here and work all day for these people. Ever since I met the man, he been working 2-3 jobs, just here and there. And I'm working 2 jobs. And I'm like, man, I got these ideas. You can manifest the ideas. Why is we working for somebody? And he like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, bro, we can make a lot of money, man. We can just sell your brain and make some money, man. And he didn't see what I saw. I had to push him to see what I saw. And then once he saw it, he was like, man, let's go. And I knew for a fact that it may not be right now, but we gonna get something.
Yeah.
We gonna get something.
It works because you have the vision. Boy, this is about to sound bad, and it doesn't mean that you both don't. It doesn't mean you don't have vision, but you had the vision. You're saying he had the brains. He had a level of expertise or something that you didn't have.
Yeah.
And so you guys complement each other well, and that's why the business works. Okay, so business is good, right?
Business is okay.
Yeah, business is okay. We've had some rough parts, some rough starts, just like any other restaurant, just trying to get your name out, just trying to get people to know where Fairview is at.
Yeah.
We didn't know you guys was open. You didn't see this big old neon light. You don't see these lights in here. You don't see this big screen TV. You didn't know we was open for the last 3 months.
So we keep going up. So we're going in the right
What has
direction.
been the toughest thing about opening a restaurant?
Oh God.
Man, the money.
Yeah.
The unexpected expenses.
Like
you can try to plan. Like me, I like everything to be planned out. Plan. And even if I don't tell you to plan, in my head I have a step-by-step plan. And the expenses, people playing games. I don't like people to play games. Cedric, like, he's the smart one. He want the paper trail. He want the emails. Me, I'm pulling up. What's happening? What we doing?
Oh, look, I get that from you, right? I definitely get that from you.
Stop playing. Like, look, let's make it happen. Like, but Cedric, email him. Man, I'm not emailing nobody. I'm going to knock on this door.
Thank God for you, Cedric. I'm
Because
just be honest.
I'm telling you, I want that paper trail because we did experience some stuff when we was trying to open.
And them emails help. They got quiet.
And they was trying to shut us down. And Ryan at first was gonna go over there and talk to somebody, and I said, "No, you email them." So
you gotta have everything in writing. Otherwise, it's your word against mine.
Exactly. So when they was like, "Y'all need to shut this down," Ryan said, "No, I got the email right here." And dude looked, he was like, "All right, y'all okay for now," and walked out.
Yeah, for now. What do you mean for now?
So like I always like, no. Just past experience, and it's like, hey, you want to talk to me, you email me, you text me, just, hey, I want something in writing because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen or what's gonna come up down the line. So it's like, hey, at least I know that, hey, if you try to do something fishy, hey, I got this in the email.
Yeah, which is great advice for the entrepreneur that's out there. I think a lot of times we just do business the way we do relationships, and everything can be just conversation, like you said, Ryan. Pull up,
But it's so much easier if people just kept their word.
Yeah.
If I tell you, you said y'all want to do an interview Tuesday, we said yes. We didn't ghost you. We didn't say, hey, we can't make it. It's like if you say you gonna do something, just do it.
Yeah.
And with me, especially if I ask you to do something and you can't do it, just say, hey man, it's
okay to say you
a
can't.
bit much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to, but I may not be able to. And then I had an expectation, but don't say, yeah, I got it. And then I'm like, okay. He a little hype about it, so he got it, and then you don't come through. Then I'm gonna be like, "Come on, man."
Well, you
Now
know
put me
that's
out
the
there.
society we live in. A lot of people. I don't know how many people are actually raised to know that your word is your bond. Like it's.
Yeah.
And people think that sometimes avoiding or not coming through and then just kind of ghosting is better than hurting somebody's feeling and saying no up front.
just say no.
So it's hard to hold people to our standards because that's what we would do.
Yeah.
And that's why the paper trail in business is definitely important. Tell me about a time that a tough time in the business that you guys had to overcome. Just one that really, really stands out. Oh, when you laugh about it.
When we had the soft opening, it was like, okay.
Oh man,
And
that
then
one. Okay.
The second day, I used to work at a dealership, Honda Frisco. If y'all need a car, they pretty good. I worked there.
Honda Frisco off
but
75.
They showed up big time for me. Like the whole sales department at Honda, they came out and showed up for me. So I appreciated that. So we was kind of geeked. We was like, okay, our food is good, not just with us. So then we opened. We had a good half a week. Like we opened Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday was good, and then Monday, buddy. It was like crickets.
Oh my gosh, no, nobody was there.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Nobody. Each other.
I think we made like $250.
Are you serious?
Straight up.
We was
And
looking at each other like,
I was
what's
like, hey,
going
bro,
on?
we ain't gonna be able to pay no rent for no $250 days.
Oh gosh.
It was rough. It was like, wait a minute, where these people at? So that was kind of like a wake up call. Like you're not gonna get all these people every day.
Which is so important.
I think we should.
You
Honestly,
will.
I think we should. It's just we don't have $100,000 marketing budget for everything.
Because
So it's hard to
everything
get
we
the
doing
word
is on
out.
our own.
Yeah.
Like this is
Yeah,
our
this whole
own money.
venture is out of pocket. by the
Yeah,
way.
this is our own money. Everything we spent. Discover credit card.
Oh, man, yeah. Credit went down like 200 points. But yeah, we everything is out of pocket. We basically out of pocket about $96,000.
Yeah.
Out of pocket.
But this is a prime example why I always say, y'all, we have to support our black businesses, especially black businesses that are good. You get what I'm saying? I mean, I'm trying not to be ghetto and really go in on this move right now. But I mean, like, first of all, I've been into this trip. It's that perfect spicy too. I ain't gonna lie. This jerk chicken, y'all know I'm half Jamaican. This that real deal right here. I ain't gonna lie. And this catfish is everything is so good. But me saying that, like, that's the part that people don't understand. That's why we love to have people like you on our podcast, on shows, because marketing is expensive. Unfortunately, there are other people that they can afford to go out with this $100,000 budget.
Yep.
Everything for us is word of mouth.
Yep.
And so it literally is up to us. If you go to a black-owned restaurant, a black business, and there was good food, if you got good customer service, tell somebody. Tell somebody and support. It is free.
It is free.
For us to be able to, excuse me, look, that's why I don't want to eat. I'm spitting everywhere.
That's your microphone. You get it.
But it is literally free to spread the word. And we have to do it more. It's free to post it on your Instagram. It's free. And it's like, we don't want to do anything for people unless they're doing something for us. No, we have to get out of that mentality. Like,
Come on.
we have the followers so that we can let our followers know. Why would we not want to spread the word? and build up another business, because we'll go other places and fraternize at other places and be posting it all day long because it makes us look like something.
Preach up.
So, I love the food. The food is banging. Like, y'all have no idea. Again, I've been spitting and I'm trying not to. I can't talk and eat at the same time because I'm kind of messy. The food is banging. Your story is amazing. But more importantly, y'all are really just good, great people, and you deserve to win, and you will win. And I'm telling you right now, I'm telling y'all, it is going to be those days where you're like, wow, like, I remember that $250 day. I'm tired today. I wish it was a slow day. But it's going to happen for you because you put your blood, sweat, and tears, and you did it the right way. Y'all heard no's, and y'all have not stopped.
No.
And the first time I talked to you guys, I even said, there are some young black boys that want to do what you're doing. So you got to keep going.
Oh, we going to keep going for sure.
You going to keep going. And then, let your girl borrow $5, get a free sandwich or something like that. That's how we do it.
You going to need more than $5 later, Jay.
So what do you say to the person that is trying to start their business? Because you actually dropped some gems. I love how you said that the grand opening was everything, the soft opening, like people showed up and like you didn't expect your first real day for it to be like nobody was there. So what are some of the things that you can say people need to, like, hey, if you're starting a business, here are some things that people never told us to expect, but this is what you should expect?
I would say unexpected expenses. Don't go overboard.
Yeah.
Don't go overboard. If you don't need it or you can do without, don't cut corners either. But if you can do without for a day or two, do it like that. Because our first month, we went to the store every day. We went to the store every day.
Took what we made that day and went back and bought what we need for the next day. So we was basically, at first, we was just going day to day.
Yep.
Is that the smart way to do it? Or?
No, well, it ain't the smart way. It's the broke way to do it.
No.
He said it's the broke way. I know that's right.
We were about to open, and we actually wanted y'all to come out and like host a grand opening, but we was like, man, we got to pay them people, man. We got to pay them to come out. Like, we don't want them. I don't know where they go. So it was like, I was like, man, we gonna have to move. Let's just move. So we literally took the last money we had, and I called my mom. She gave me $1,000. My dad gave me another $1,000. His mom and dad gave us some money. We was literally standing in Restaurant Depot, like, what can we get and what can we not get? We spent all of our money on Restaurant Depot to get the food for the first couple days. Because we was trying to buy 3-4 days of food. We bought like a day and a half of food.
Yep.
Then it's funny because people really don't understand, like, Cedric needed gas. We didn't have no money. He used the $20 to get some gas. I started the register at Mr. Po Boys when we opened with my son piggy bank money.
Are you serious?
Straight up. The change I was saving, and my son $42 out of his piggy bank. He had $42 in cash and the change I was saving. I started the register that day.
That right there means no excuses. We gonna figure out a way.
Oh, he still don't know.
Yeah.
So.
You ain't gave him back the 42 yet?
He's 7. He trying to play video games and go to taekwondo. But that's what we did. And we started the till with $42 in cash. And if we wouldn't have made no money the first day, Cedric took the gas money that day. I needed gas the next day. So I can't make it. But that's how we did it. So you have to sacrifice, but stay vigilant. I mean, don't go overboard and spend all this money and you don't need this stuff.
Work within your means.
Yeah, work within your means. Even if you have to stop, in the middle of service and send somebody to the store to buy some bread or do this or buy this or that, you gonna have to do that. But you gonna have to make it work.
For me, it's one thing that always stood in my head that Ryan had told me a long time ago, and it was one of the reasons why I said, okay, I'm gonna go all out on this, because I was concerned about money. I had a nice job. I had a lot of other personal issues that was going on, and when we was at the farmers market, Ryan had looked at me and he said, "Tell me a time when God left you without."
Oof.
That's a serious question. People don't understand that. People don't understand that question.
And he said, "Yeah, you may not be eating steak every day, but you eating. You may not be, being in a luxury house, but you got somewhere to stay." So he was like, "Man, you're going to be okay." He said, "Tell me a time when God left you without." And I just sat there and I was like, "You're right. You're right. Yeah, I may have to struggle. Yeah, I may, be making it from day to day, but I never went without."
Amen. Wow. Okay, Pastor Ryan over there. Let me find out.
But you got to think about it. Just think about it. We be crying about this. We be crying about that. But then when you think about it, like you say, you don't cook. People cry about they female or people not cooking. When have you not eaten though?
Can you say that to that camera for all these brothers listening? No, I'm just playing.
But when have you not eaten? I mean,
so
everybody
true.
wants their woman to cook or this and that, but just think about that. When have you not eaten? When have you been homeless? I mean, some people do fall on times where they are homeless and this and that. But if you think about it and you get out your own way, and that's another thing people don't understand when I tell people, get out your own way. Sometimes you got to sit there, shut up, and be still.
Yeah.
And then it'll happen. Quit complaining. The more you complain, it ain't gonna change nothing.
Yeah.
If you just keep moving and you do your part, it's gonna all work out. I done asked my daddy for money, my pops for money plenty times. And he was like, "All right, I'll send it to you." 2-3 days later, I called him like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Did you figure it out?" I figured it out. He never sent the money. So sometimes you just gotta be still and let it work. But yeah, it's we complain too much.
Amen. That is so good. Okay, so how long have you guys been in business now?
In business, we've been open. We've been open since March, but we've been in business for a long time.
I gotta watch the questions I ask around these brothers. So it's still a brand new, like brand spanking new. So tell everybody again how they can follow you on Instagram. Do you guys? Is it? Can people come and sit down, or is it just pick up?
Yeah, you
No,
come
they
sit
can come
down.
sit down.
We got a big movie screen TV
Projector.
projector.
Yeah.
We got
Wow.
a couple TVs. Yeah, we got a nice little space. You should
I
come
am.
out.
I'm giving you guys my word. I'm gonna drive to Fairview.
Yeah. And then you can go shopping at the Allen Outlet Mall.
See, that's the problem. I got gas for one or the other. It ain't gonna be both. Okay.
Bring your license and $30.
Yeah. I have to come out and support you guys because I want to make sure that I do my part too. I mean, even just outside of this. This is to hear your story because your story and what you've gone through is inspiring, encouraging somebody else not to quit or go ahead and go for it and take the jump, right? But I got to come out there and make sure that I support you all in person and do whatever I can to use my platform because that's why God gave it to me. It ain't for me. It ain't for no clout. It ain't for, I mean, I ain't going to say that I don't want no free food when I get, no, I'm just joking.
We ain't got to pay you, do we?
No, you do not. Not the first. I'm not the first time.
Not the first
Second
time.
time, it's on and popping. No, I'm just playing.
Bet.
I got to come out there and support you guys. So tell everybody how can they. Once again, where is the restaurant? Give me the address, and how can they keep in touch with you guys? See what you guys have going on, maybe social media or phone numbers, whatever.
All right, so you can reach us at 972-363-0217. I finally got the voicemail hooked up, so I know how to check the voicemail.
Now, why would somebody leave voicemail at Mr. Po Boys?
What? We got 71 voicemails.
Messages. Not lying. It was like, what is going on? We finally figured out how to work the voicemail messages.
What are people saying?
Oh, they going off.
Do y'all have any more? Y'all ran out of jerk yesterday?
They going off. It's 9:58. I wanted to place an order. We closed at 10, buddy.
All right, you know we don't play. We wrap it up. Okay.
That's our phone number. You can call in, order, call, ask questions if you got questions. 972-363-0217. We are at 232 Town Place, Fairview, Texas. We are, 1 minute east of the Allen Outlet Mall, right behind Macy's. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok.
Mr. Po Boys.
Hold up, y'all on TikTok?
Wait,
What y'all doing on?
We ain't on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. and TikTok.
You can follow him personally on Twitter.
Yeah.
I just want y'all to know the woman in charge in the background, like, y'all done jacked this whole thing up.
I messed it up. She got to do some.
Absolutely.
Some
Okay,
PR
real quick.
control.
I got my producer of the show. He actually had tasted some of the food. Laterrence, how was the food?
Absolutely amazing.
Let's do that over.
Choking him up.
Let's do that over.
He was trying to swallow a hush puppy.
I just bit the hush puppy. You got it at the wrong time.
Oh my God. Y'all go support Mr. Po Boys. Thank you guys. Y'all are amazing. I got your back. Whatever I can do to help. We finna continue to grow this thing together. Okay? We are stronger
Get
together.
that catfish sandwich.
Man, listen. Hey,
God, I'm waiting for you to bite yours.
man, I'm over here dying because my mouth is watering. This food is so good. Thank y'all. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for the support. Make sure you subscribe to the Dash Podcast YouTube channel. Also, we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and more. And feel free to share with some family and friends. Thanks, guys.